Welcome to the T-Pac Arcade. Today's game is Sky Alien for the Atari 2600. In this 1983 shoot-'em-up from Home Vision and Gem International, you fight aliens from the sky, as the title suggests, although it should probably be plural. Anyway, this is a fixed shooter, so your ship is locked to the bottom of the screen, and enemies descend from above. A mothership deploys aliens to attack you 3 at a time, with a total of 10 per wave. Each alien occupies a row, and is replaced with a new one every time they're destroyed. And with a surprising display of mercy, only the enemy in the bottom row attacks you. In the first wave, aliens that look like rectangular crabs fire short lasers. In the second wave, aliens that look like upside-down salads fire long lasers. In the third wave, aliens that look like squids vomit on you. Okay, technically the manual says they're firing groups of missiles, but this definitely looks like 8-bit blech. And in the fourth wave, aliens that look like bugs shoot fireballs at you. And this is where the novelty of the game comes in. You attack enemies by pressing up to fire, but you also shoot laterally by pressing the action button while moving left or right. And this is how you have to get rid of fireballs, which roll at you once they hit the ground. But you can't just rapid fire your way through the game though, since your ship blows up if you shoot too frequently and overheat the temperature gauge in the lower right. I flirted with overheating a few times, but never actually died this way, since the game is designed for strategic, methodical firing. See, the enemies attack in a mostly consistent frequency, so you can plan your dodging and blasting to sync up with these beats. At least in theory, because this game is way harder than it looks. The first loop is pretty tame, because you just take out the 4 waves of 10 aliens with nothing special going on, but the second loop introduces aliens that split in 2, so they each take 3 hits in total to destroy. I found it best to get the bottom row alien down to 1 mini alien as fast as possible, so you don't have to dodge shots from 2 diverging enemies, but this is easier said than done. And then the third loop is where things get real tough. Here, not only do the aliens continue to split, but they also disappear and reappear at regular intervals. And they can't be destroyed when they're invisible, even if you've lined up a shot to hit them right before they blink away. I never managed to beat the last wave of this loop playing legit, which is disappointing, but at least I can proudly say I beat the high score of whatever kid owned this copy of Sky Alien back in the 80s, because they scribbled their point totals on the front of the manual, and their best score was only 5,800. Ha! Take that, Junior. You just got dunked on by a sad, nerdy adult from the future. Aesthetically, Sky Alien is exactly what I want in an Atari game. It's got a nice, clean playfield with clear displays, fancy evolving mothership designs, and fun, subtle animations to all the alien sprites. I also love the extra little touches here and there, like the temperature gauge turning red if you get too close to overheating, and the little tractor beam that blinks on and off when the mothership sends out new aliens. There's a nice ascending audio cue when both these things happen too. The only issue with the soundscape here is that the explosion sounds echo way too long, so the fireball waves are basically just a never-ending cacophony of booms. My favorite part of Sky Alien is just how big the sprites are. The mothership and pre-split aliens are all imposing and cool, and it adds some really nice visual balance to everything. And for some reason, I also like the controls here. Pressing up to fire sounds like it would be awkward, but there's a satisfying sort of novelty to it that makes the mechanics stand out. My biggest problem with this game is the confusing ending. See, I used save states to see what comes after the third loop, and I ended up in a wave with entirely invisible aliens. And like I mentioned earlier, when you can't see an alien, you can't hit an alien. So this phase is completely unwinnable, and I just sort of lingered there until I got blown up by a stray laser. Which is not only unsatisfying, but also puzzling. The manual says you can score extra lives every 10,000 points, and that the counter maxes out at 1,000,000, but considering I found myself stuck on the kill screen at slightly less than 10k and nowhere near 1,000,000, I feel like either these numbers are wrong, or the developers expected a lot more point pressing on the fireball waves, which are the only places you can actually score above the set threshold for alien bonuses. Either way, I don't get it, and I don't like being confused in a game where I'm just supposed to turn my brain off and blast aliens that look like salad and vomit. Overall, Sky Alien is a unique and surprisingly strategic take on the traditional fixed space shooter, and as weird as it may sound, that kept me perfectly eager to dodge alien vomit and blast intergalactic salads to my heart's content.